I can teach anybody how to do this, but it's a 3-step process. The first step is the understanding of the information that I'm presenting. The second step is accepting it as the way reality works, and that has to do with how you can reprogram your paradigm inside your mind to shift from whatever you believe currently to believing this model of reality. And the third is daily practice. So let's go. The understanding that is required in order to not only set an ideal weight, but actually shape your body to whatever shape you want it to have, is the fact that you are not your body and the body is something you have. So who are you? You are the consciousness that animates this body. If you are spiritual, you can think of it as you are the spirit, the part, the individuated part of God that animates this body. And the body is just something that you have. In my practice, this is how I see myself. I am this part, and this is my body. So when I practice my meditations, my writings, my affirmations, I always expand out and I see the body as something that I have. That is the first step. Now we know from science, and it's been known for about 50 years, the body is made up of cells, and the cells are made up of atoms, and the atoms are made up of empty space, or what they thought was empty space. But actually, if this is an atom, what it's made up of is energy, with matter being 0.00 something, 1% of the total space of the atom. So this means a lot. This means the most of our body is this energy that circulates around here. And the way it circulates is what you need to regulate via this bigger field, your consciousness. Now, this is why they tell you clarity is so important when you're doing conscious reality creation, because the clarity is the energetic signature inside the atom that tells that 0.001% of matter where to place itself. So for me to be able to do that as energy, as the energy inside the atom, I have to know where that particle is going to go. And because of that, I have to have a shape, an idea, an intention that I don't deviate from. Now, this is the knowledge part. Now, how are you going to get your paradigm to accept this? This has to do with what's in your paradigm already and what ideas you have learned about who you are, what your body is, how your body is supposed to look or decay, or whatever societal programming you receive. Like, for example, people after 30, after 40, after 50 have to get diseases, they gain 5 pounds a year, etc., etc. All of this social programming that they instilled in you, along with your association with being your body, is really detrimental to you. The way I see my body from this outer consciousness, which I am, is I almost hold my body in the palm of my hand, and I see this small animated figure that I am in charge of taking care of. I am in charge of protecting. I am in charge of feeding good food. I am in charge of letting it rest. I am in charge of doing so much more than just fit it into a certain shape. You have to love your body for this to work, and you have to treat it as the most precious temple via which your consciousness has a chance to express itself in the 3D world. Because without the body, you would not be present here to experience the 3D world. This includes who you allow to touch your body. Now, for the practice part, you have to see yourself, contemplate yourself as this larger consciousness that collapses slowly inside the body and having an experience of 3D from inside the body. You have to feel yourself from inside out, sort of thing, before you even see the 3D world. And once you feel yourself inside your body, you, the consciousness, the spirit, occupying this vehicle, now you have to go down at the atom level. And at the atom level, you have to influence the energy that's around that small particle of matter to move the particle. But from there, you have to do it for all particles cohesively, so you can form a shape, the whole of your body, that looks like the way you want it to look like. Now, I know by this point in the video, I probably lost a few people, and a lot of people may be convinced that diet and exercise is easier to implement than all of this. And they're probably right, because reprogramming your mind and the way we think about things is the hardest thing. I told you guys, the practice of manifestations and working with energy is simple, but it is not easy. But doing it this way about the body will allow you to connect to the larger consciousness and manifest not just the body, but create a reality that you want to be a part of. And what you're going to find is that once you create it, it may not be exactly what you wanted to begin with. But that's okay, because now you know you're in charge and you can go back to the drawing board and create again. Join me for our live Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk more about this.